Hello! We are back on RPG Maker and we are not making the Twitch Plays game this time because, well, tomorrow there's the Game Maker Toolkit Game Jam. I kinda want to share here, like show it right here, but I fear it might mess up the browser again, so I'm refraining from it. Tomorrow at in 23 hours, 22 hours and a half, since I spent some time before starting the stream, there will be the new Game Maker Toolkit Game Jam, and I want to stream it almost fully. Well, almost, because I cannot stream like the smaller parts, like choosing the art, inserting it, choosing the music, tweaking the level design or whatever. And also, of course, I don't want to prepare anything in advance, game-wise. Like, I don't want to prepare right away then the base idea I want and then adapt it, because I believe I don't like to think an idea before the game jam and using that, tweaking it based on the theme, because for two reasons. First, it's against the spirit of the game jam. Second, more important in my opinion, it may feel forced, and you don't want to make a game that feels forced. And third reason, I know I said there were two, but third reason, you will get inspired. People might get inspired to do something unique, so there's no point in preparing something beforehand, right? And the best games sometimes come out from when you don't expect them, right? Then, if you don't want to prepare in advance, what are you doing here, Waldorf? Well, the idea is, I believe I may need to use the RPG Maker Windows. And I don't know much about Windows, not a system, like the base Windows of RPG Maker. That's why today I may want to play with them a little, and especially make a plugin for them in case for the game jam I want to use them. That's what I did up until now, which is still a lot. To be fair, it's hello 3 and the bar here. I believe it's better if we call it in global. Oh, come on, play. So we can play with it right away. For example, we can call with the base one we create a container, and then we apply to the window. So we are gonna have nothing. Oh yeah, and also needs to be added to the other scene manager. Okay, yeah, because we define a rectangle, create a window with that, and add it to the game window. So here it is, our rectangle. Then to apply text, we can have draw text. So we can have hello3, for example. Then something cool I found, you can also have draw text X, where you can have something cooler, like a color, the default RPG Maker color. Is this enough? Maybe it needs a double slash. Let's go lower. On the wait. It's green, though it's not centered. Because the window to inner width, sometimes it doesn't work. Why? Window 2. Inner width. I don't know what's your issue, Mr. Game. I don't know what's your issue here. That's not good, because if I want to center something, it wouldn't be able to. Maybe it only doesn't work with draw XX. Though it's still green, huh? Maybe It's text from the previous one? I'm confused. So I cannot do X. Ah no, now it works. Don't ask me, I don't know. No, wait, it's still not below, right? Not in the center. Okay, I'm just confused. It says center here. Meanwhile, if I make draw text without X, new line, it will go in the center. I don't know. We are gonna see if... maybe it's just for the draw text then. Which parameters do you use? Text, X, Y, width. Huh? There's not center. Test 0, 100 and width. What the hell is width? 30? If I say 30? What do you mean with width? What's the point? 300. Does it do anything? 3. Maybe I don't see it, wait. No, I don't get it. What's the point of the last parameter? Oh well, it doesn't matter. So, another thing we can do is window2.refresh, right? Reflect. What the hell is reflect? I maybe don't wanna know. There was a clear, right? So now we can have it. No, wait. Not the console clear. Window 2 clear. Okay, okay. No. Wait, it's window 2 contents. Clear. Okay, here now the window is empty. So we can call the same thing before and make something appear. We can have again hello 3. So something else. Let's see, we can change position. We can even set it half open if we need. Well, those things are kinda unnecessary, right? Openness. What a weird name. Wait, opacity? We can change opacity? Huh, okay, okay. Good to know. Is the text also opaque? No. So we can just make text appear on screen for free. For free, whoa! I don't have to pay. Well, pay, I don't know. It wasn't really paid, but okay. Window 2 openness now. Let's say 100. And now... Ah, it's slightly closed, I see. If I say 200, it's getting a little opened. Though the text doesn't appear unless it's 255, right? What if I say 254? I see. So unless it's not fully open, the text won't appear. It's just for the animation, I don't think it's relevant. Anything else? Where is opening, is closing. Activate, deactivate. We can try the move. I don't know the parameters, let's say 100, 100, 100, 100. Let's make it more on the right. 300. Okay, it moved, but it's smaller. It's much smaller. Okay, the text is not there. Though there's another window 2. Create contents. No, doesn't seem to work. I don't think we need to move it, right? It's at this point we create it from the start. Anything else? We can draw icons, but we can do it with the text, right? we can have draw text X with the icon number 3, for example. Why there's nothing? I got scammed. This thing is confusing. There. Wait, let me open the other chat. Okay. I hope the volume of the music is not too loud. No, it's even low, I believe. But I will leave it like this. So... anything else we may want to try? We can make bars, but we can use the other script for that. We can change color though. Okay, I suppose we should start trying with the plugin. So we can take a random one, really. And we make it sure here. How do we call it? With something with windows. Maybe something referring God of overlays. We could make I don't know, I'm not good with naming code snippets or whatever. We can go... really, I don't know, but we can go... layer windows. Should I put my name before plugins? Maybe? Do people do that? Yeah, underscore. Waldorf Windows. WW. Perfect. So we have a parameter here, we don't need it now. So, how do we go with this? I suppose we should create a class, right? To make it more reasonable. I could make a subclass of the actual window, but I don't know how it works. We are gonna make it our way. So, class... oh, wait. Class... simple window. Or... Waldorf window. Yeah, Waldorf window. Sounds great. Now, do I want to save a container for Windows? I believe it would be nice to have a container. That's why I'm gonna check again the plugin for the portraits. Not the best place to look for it, but here we can make a map for containing the windows. Const it's a new map. It's a whole new map. Is it a static, not a constant, right? Static means it's shared between every element of the class. Now we make it a constructor, which I don't remember how it's done. Yeah, you literally type constructor. I was doubtful if it was this easy, but... and here we put every information we have. Most important, at the end, we add to the object the thing with the ID. So, Waldorf window.windows container.set. First we have the ID and then the information. So this ID, this. So we will save the information of the new window inside here with the ID, which we will set here. We can have it right away. This dot ID is Windows container dot count. Oh, size. Count, right? How is with the maps? Do you still use count for maps? I don't know. I don't know. Aside sides! Oh, come on. Also, it's not even a function. Do we add one? Would be cool to have it as like the other stuff, right? We can define a preset type of window. We are gonna see the necessity we're gonna have later, okay? So what do we define here? What do we need? What do we need in a window? We need all the text and maybe to select something. So this dot can select. We can even have a 0. No, maybe let's keep it separate. From there, how do we call this thing now? Well, in any case, I believe we should. I don't know. Do we call it like this in a script plugin call? No, I would like more to have a script call for this instead. We can make them both, to be fair. Let's make it a script call for now. That means we shorten it to from element dot can select. That's the same thing, literally. Then we have default selected, which by default is default select. Of course, we need all the information of the text though. How do we manage it? We can simply make an array. Also, we may also want to have a title, alright? We can have it also we may have multiple rows, though I feel like we may want too much. No, depends on what I need. I don't know what I need though. Would be cool though to have 2 rows for some. So we can have a matrix instead of an array. So I have an idea. This is the key. It's the body. We can call it body. It goes first. Okay, we have the entire content. And we have the selection options. Ah, we need the sides, of course. Yes. Wait. I forgot about that. X, Y, width, height. Do we have everything? We can have color, but we can add it later. Anything else? For now it will be like this. So how do we call it? We can simply make create window where we have all the parameters, maybe too many. We have X, Y, width, height. We can make some facultative. Body, especially body, can select false. Default 0. Or we can make 1, sure. What's wrong here? The served word, sure. Anything else? We can add it later. Again, I would like it to make it like I can swap the... We can keep it like this for now. Pa-pa-da-pum. Pa-pa-pam, pa-pa-pam. Yeah, I would like to make color. We can have those, maybe all the facultative one, since those are required. All the facultative one, we can have it mixed, so people don't need to choose them in the right order. Which I did exactly here. We have this whole container, which is equal to empty. And later we can select it. Let's try. Can select by default is false, default select by default is 1, close, by default it's empty. Did I forget something? Oh yeah, they don't have a default, wait. Okay, just the names. I can put the names if I want. And the names will be read later. Like this, okay, we don't even need to extract them. Though we need to check if they are empty with this. Which should be straightforward. For example, we can select, by default it keeps the value if it's empty, so I did not mention it. Can select is false by default. Same with default select, if it's not defined, it's 1. Okay, and the rest is defined here. So I suppose I should send the entire element here. So we can have x is x, y is y, width is width. Straightforward, huh? Body is body. Instead of doing this, then we can just put them there. Let's see. If can select, wait, no, because if can select is false, it will return false. It will not go here if it's false or not defined. So we should just check if it's not defined. How do we do it? No, I believe we should insert it anyway, right? Yeah, we have to insert it anyway. So, element.canSelect, element.defaultSelect. Those have to be inserted anyway. Okay, those are all we need for now. The body especially may be a lot to make, right? With a way to define the body. We can make something like this, maybe? Wait. Yeah, we need another thing, right? Which is no, wait, I believe it's... We're gonna try. First, we're gonna try. Okay, we have a way to call the window. We just need a new Waldorf window with the parameters. And we return it, sure. Okay, what now? We might call this one, but it does nothing. It just defines the values without creating anything. So we're gonna create the window ourselves. So this dot, we can make create, refresh even. We may want to mix the two. Create. No. Ah yeah, doesn't need that at this. Okay, create. What does it do? Isn't it the same of refresh? No, because you need to add it to the system, right? Let me copy. Okay. So we have the default parameters with the x, the y, the wife and the husband. Sorry, I mentioned the ex, so not the best joke. Height comes after height. Yes. Okay, here I define a rectangle. We create a base and we add it. I call it window 2 just in case, but it's in a private section, so nobody will barge in saying it's already declared, right? Okay. So here we just create a window though. We also need to add something to it. We can just have this refresh. That means we need to create a refresh. And here we create everything from scratch. Unfortunately, I don't think there's a way to edit something on it. The only way to edit the window is to delete everything and recreate it from scratch. Which, it's not such big of a deal, to be fair. Now, how does refresh work? Wait. I realize. We need to define also the distance of the elements in the window, right? Though maybe those elements could be default or at least defined in the database. Elements distance y. We can make 20. It worked for now. Dist y. Easier. Let's make it readable though. Okay. So now, what do? We loop every element in the body to make it. Also, since we have distance y, we also need a distance x, which will be much higher. We can make 200. Isn't it a little too much? 160. Sure. We could make it automatic, but it's another hassle, so no. Let's go on the refresh. We could try here to just... No, we are doing everything right away. So we make a for loop. Wouldn't it better to be for each? First I want to define current x, current y, and current x, just in case. So every time we go in the for loop, we shift down. So now, for. Again, the for each would be better. For each in this dot body. For each column, we go on another column for each. We basically check every column, and for every column we check every row. That's what we are doing. So here we take every column, and for every column we do every row. Though, no, wait. No, I think it's right. Because at the end of the loop of the first column, we will increase current x by what is it? Element distance x. Which means every time we draw a column, at the end, we're gonna shift everything on the right, because we draw the next column, which is in a different place. Same with the rows, of course. With y, though. Okay. Now we need to draw each row. How do we define the rows now? We could have text, but we also need parameters for text. So maybe we can have something like this. We can make a switch case of the row first element. Or even better, maybe we can have row type. we can have an object in the rows. I think it's more readable in the long run. Which means, for example, if we want to draw text, we can just say case text. Normal text. I kinda want extra stuff, but for now we'll see. So if it's text in this case, oh hello Morphy Darrell, welcome to the stream. It's doing well, thanks. We are hyped for the Game Maker Toolkit game jam for tomorrow, where we're gonna make a game in 4 days. And now I'm practicing on drawing windows inside the game window, because I feel like it's something I never did, and I feel like it may be useful. Maybe not even for this game jam, but at minimum in the future. I'm close to testing it. I hope everything goes right. So this is the formula for drawing text in the window. We take... Wait, did we save the Windows object? We don't. Wait, we don't. That's what we are missing. We need to save Windows too. You have to have this window, this object, and it's a generic window. Okay, so now we're gonna save it in this window, which oh, I suppose we don't need to define it, right? Undefined. Is it saying undefined the same of not defining it? Like, do I need to define something as undefined? I think it's unnecessary. Oh well. We define it here anyway, on the create. Oh yeah, we need to create it at the end, right? This create. Now, when we need to draw text, we draw the text defined here. So we can have row text. Oh, no. Row X, row Y, the center, and position. Would be better maybe if we can just... No, so I think it's fine. Can we do something like this? If it's not defined, it will go automatically in the center. I hope so. Okay, now we should draw the window. There is no default. And it should be enough, maybe. We need to try it. First, it needs to be added. Waldorf windows. Let's try it, and maybe we are gonna see it work. So the code is this: X, Y, width, height, and body. Though the body okay, the body needs to be something like this: an array of another array, because it's a column. And we're gonna have a container that says type text. Does it need to be on quote? I believe it is. Okay. Ah, so I need to refresh. Wait. I messed up here. We are creating the window for the first time. Please work. So the type is text. The X is 100. The Y is 200. And that's it, right? We could define the position, but we don't care. And since we are at it, we can create another column with a different text, which says different text. Okay, we have the body. And now if we call the create window. Wait, why do we need the X and Y for the text? I messed up again, right? Let me copy this first. Okay. Because we don't need to define the X and Y before. We need to put it in the right position. So we need to have current Y, current X. We only need text then to we don't need to define text. So we need even less parameters. So we just need text and different text. The body is defined. Now we can just call the create window XY width height body 100, 200, 300, 300 body close parentheses, and Waldorf window is not defined. Huh? What do you mean? I'm here, I'm defined, I swear. Waldorf did I type it wrong? Waldorf window. I swear. Ah, because it's outside. I see. It's outside. Oh, that's unfortunate. Should we make it global? At least, at minimum for testing, we can make it global, sure. Okay, now it should work. Please. With the body, and now create window. Windows containing not defined. Huh? 18. What do you mean? It's right here. Oh, it's Waldorf window dot Windows container. I see. We're getting closer to the truth. Not like it's a mystery. But yeah, the mystery is, are we gonna do it? Oh, wait. It works? I don't see anything. I don't see anything. Are we missing something? You should call the create. It also calls the refresh. Maybe we should check if the refresh does something. Oh yeah, I get the issue, because here we define text, but we don't define what the text contains. My bad. Type text. So here it's text and type. I confused the two. Wait, what was this music? Final Fantasy, yes. Oh yeah. Okay, back on the game. So that's how it should be. So if we define the window again. Oh wait, no, the window is not appearing anyway. Ah. So that was not the whole issue. There is still an issue. Let's see, Waldorf windows. Let's stop it here. Let's see. We create it again, and now draw a rectangle, draw the window, add, and that should be enough, right? That's all we need. We got X, Y, width, and height. Undefined! Your face is undefined! I knew I messed up something. Width? Ah yeah, I forgot to put the height here. Height. My bad. Now please work. So. Create. It should create everything now, right? Here we have it! We have some issues. Yes, because the text is aligned in the center. Oh yes, we... wait, I have an idea, Why thought this one is not... yeah, this one is not aligned because it has extra X. I see. This one actually could be resolved pretty easily. Because instead of the width, instead of having the center as the width... Oh wait, this window... Okay, instead of having the center of the width as this one, we can divide it by the length. So if we have two columns, it will be half of that. Should be pretty straightforward, right? This body length. The rest though works flawlessly. Oh yeah, I can say flawlessly. Do I say flawlessly, or is there a mistake? Okay, we don't need you. Okay, yeah, it's centered. The issue is the text is a little longer, but I don't see it. It's a big thing. I don't think it's a big issue. We have it. So, we are done already? I wish. First we should delegate all of that to an event. I believe it's better. So, you do... let's go with the wolf. So we define the body. And we can make the window a little bigger, maybe. So we don't have to type it every time, at least. Here it is. And doesn't look it's centered, but here the issue is... oh wait, we can have the spacing... We can have the spacing automatic. Wait. Maybe the element distance X may be defined here. Let's see. We can even define it right here. Element distance X is equal to this window inner width divided by body length. That's it, right? Ooh. It actually is? I believe it actually is. Let's see. Let's try it. Will you work? Oh yeah, it's perfect. Look at this. We could do it even vertically if we want. Vertically would also be cool. Though, I don't know. There may be an option for that. I will just avoid it at this case. Okay. So we have the basis. Now, the cursor! The hardest part! What if we want to put a cursor to choose? To be fair, we may want to add something else, right? Like for example, I may want to add the title. Which I'm confused. We need to put the coordinates for it, right? Isn't this a little off? Can we just draw nothing to define the color? Let's see. Title. The title will appear in the top regardless. Though should be... No, not really, but it should be first. It should definitely be first. So a title, I believe it's slightly harder, but not that much. For example, it doesn't care about the number of columns. It will always appear in the middle, in the center. And after that, nothing, to be fair. I don't think it does anything else, to be fair. We may want to have a color for it. Can I try to do something? Like, What if I give a color here? Will it take it? Without messing up the position. Also, there are no parameters here. Why you cannot center that? That's bullshit. We could add the title here, for example. Let's see. Comma. Title. Project 1. Yeah, we have it. Let's see. Huh, it's... Oh yeah, because the X doesn't take center. So again, there's no point. Do I need to calculate myself? That's annoying. Also, the 20 pixels are not enough. We can have a little more. 30. Huh, also this one doesn't count. But it doesn't matter, because in the X we can still apply anything. Why though doesn't it draw it? I'm a little confused with this. Maybe it's the color? That's something that's not noticeable? What if I actually write something? Oh yeah, it's only for that. I don't know why it happened before. Oh well. Then we may have to center it manually. We could set it, make the user set it, like me, case by case, but to be fair, it's annoying, and I believe there's a better way. Where did I have it? It's in... this is in Validate. No. No. It's still in the old plugin I was trying to make a translator. I had some code to calculate the length of something. Here, measure text width. This method is a godsend. I don't remember how it works. Oh yes, for... Huh? I see, I count every word. That's how it does. That's how it works. Do I delete the temporary window at least? Okay, I see. It makes an array for everything. Though I don't remember what it does here. This one counts the word. Can we just use this one instead? What is the test line? It's a string, so it works. And what is word? Text, please. It's okay. I'm still confused. Let me try this one. Maybe it just works. Yeah, because test width. Okay, we have it. Is it in pixels? Let's try it again. Illegal? Damn, I should go to prison. Here. Okay, I believe it's... I don't think we need all of that, right? Because the code before was to split the... I see. That was complex, because we need to split the sentences in half. Here, I don't think we need to do that. We can just calculate here, which is very convenient. Okay. Actually very convenient. Now we can just calculate everything. And we should remove... No, we should remove the colors in the calculation. For now, let's see. We can have this window contents dot measure text width, and we put row text. And here we will have a text width. What do we do with this? A good question. We need to center it. So we should just free space is text width subtracted to the window inner width. So it means we are gonna have, if for example the text is long 100 pixels and the window is 200, we're gonna have 100 pixels on the right. Which means we should put half of them on the left. So we have 50 pixels, the text, and the other 50 pixels. Which means we now know the X and Y of drawing the text. Well, the Y is the same. The X is doesn't matter because doesn't matter based on the column. So it should just be free space divided by 2. And it's math. Math wins in the end. Love and math always win in the end. Though I'm not confident because this one does not account for weird texts. For now, let's see what happens. Look at this! It's centered! Oh! Wow, it's big. Though I believe there's an issue if I say color 2. And let's say maybe color 3. Yeah, you can see it's off center. Because it counts. It counts the color 3 stuff as extra space. Which it shouldn't. How do we do it? Also, can we put like a weight? What happens if I put a weight? Nothing, okay. No. Also, I can move below. Also, the color does not reset. That's bullshit. Why does it not reset now? I'm upset. Can I just reset it below? Please reset. Okay, it works. Good one. Oh, wait, to be fair, I could have just done it here. Okay, yeah, more appropriate. Now, I could even make it bigger, though I hope it's not confusing. Slightly bigger, maybe? I think we can keep it like this. The player, if it wants, can place something more. Okay, the issue of the extra text. Maybe with pattern matching, though I never remember how to do those. For now we are leaving it at this. No, wait, maybe I can find out. Let's see. No, not the pattern matching. Sure. Let's see. We can have const row pure text, and we purify the text here. So row text replace And with the pattern matching, how was it? It was the first, another one. The first and the last one, right? And here we have stuff in the middle. Is there do they have an explanation for this, please? I don't want to copy exactly what I have, also because it's a little complex. Let's see. So I was right. Those were the delimiters. So we need to match a backslash here. So we need to get one. Then I need one to match the letter C. Or we could have any more letters, like not the color of the icon, right? So we can go A from Z. They say you need a plus for more letters, but well, only need one. Then the square bracket, which also requires a slash. Then a number inside. How do we say a number inside? Why is the reject so hard? Ah, you can even make negations. Like anything that is not a close bracket. I see. So why do they have another? Ah, because this is a content. Oh, this thing is so messed up. Can I separate things to make it more readable for me at least? A slash, a z, then another slash. For this one. Here it says in a container anything that is not a close bracket. Close bracket. And I don't know what this is for. And then the last one, the close bracket. That's it. I'm going to put the flags. Or whatever. Okay, replace every match with G. That's it. Why is it highlighted? Do I need to put it here? Okay. Why do you not want a space in between? That's what it should be doing. Please. Though I believe we may want 2 slashes, right? Or do they not count? Well, the pure text now will be the thing that we're gonna measure. To be fair, we are also putting it here, just in case. To see if it's right. Okay, though it's definitely not centered. So I don't know what you're saying. Ah, it's red. It's wrong. It's not replacing shit. I use my swear word for this hour. Okay, what are you not replacing? Maybe the double slash is the issue. Yeah, it's only replacing a single slash. No, wait. Also, it's not removing this one, but it's my bad. My bad. What if I put a double slash check? Doesn't seem different. It's the same! What if I put a check for the letter C? Oh, I swear. Why doesn't it work? Did I do it? Maybe double slash, but they used a plus here, but I believe it's meant for more than one letter, but I don't think it matters to us. Maybe the spaces. Do they hate spaces in the world of coding? I don't know. They seem to hate everything. Undefined Project 1. That's the sequel we never wanted. Why it's undefined? Why do you say undefined? Oh yes, because we need to replace the word into something. We need to say what to replace it for. And we replace it with this one. That's it then, we solved it. We won! We don't need the pause, please. And now, it's centered, it's not even colored though. We got it. Then we can put it back. We can give it the true colors again. And now we can have whatever character we want, and it will always be centered. If it isn't poetic, am I right? I wouldn't call this poetic, but okay. Now, the hardest part. Selections. Oh no, wait, not the second hardest part. The first hardest part is... I'm out of water. Give me 1 second, I'm coming back with something to drink. 30 seconds, I swear, I swear. I'm back. Isn't it water just incredible? Super tasty. I love water. I just want to drink water for every day in the rest of my life. I believe that's what we're supposed to do, but okay. Now, I was saying the second hardest part is the cursor. And damn, it won't be easy. So, first of all, we're gonna make Mr. Game Over Boy here. So we can make something else. So I type text, get window, and we can have the parameter that says, what does it say? Can select true. That's it, right? I can just write true. Okay. Though it won't do anything for now. I have an idea though. Well, idea, it's how it should work, right? Here we create another row, which will be more than one. Let's see. We can have an object here, but which is instead a selection. And here we have the options, which will be an array of its own. Oh yeah, we're making it easy, yeah, for me. And each row is another one of those. Wait, it will call itself though? Should I make it recursive? How do I even make it recursive? I believe it's very doable, actually. We need to change a little the code. So we can just have text 1, option 2, option 1, option 2. That's all we need, right? Okay, I believe that's enough. We need to make it working though. Let's see. Oh, sorry. Which game is this from? Mitopia game? I swear. Zelda? No. Ah, it's Demi Plaza. Okay, I remember now. Okay, so the case I never even checked. It's selection. And this may get messy. Maybe. So I suppose we could have something like this. Or even this as an extra function. I believe it's cleaner if we have this as an extra function, right? Const render it's a function. It's a static, sorry. Also, it's not a function, it's a method. Yeah, sure, my bad. Okay, now we moved everything here, so we can just call render element row. What was the purpose of it? You're gonna see, and you're gonna love it or hate it. There's no in between. Okay, so now it does the same thing. You get the parameter row, and based on that you draw. Ah wait, this. It still needs to refer to itself. Okay. No static. So this render element. We may need other parameters though, right? The current x, current y. Should we move everything? I believe we should move even those in the new one. I believe we should. Or we can just make it a little more cleaner, right? Like render window, the whole one, when we need still the body. And now we move the rest here. Okay, and here in refresh we just call this render window, and we say what we need. This body. That means that we need to replace this body reference anywhere with just body. And also this window, right? I'm a little worried it might mess up something. We see later. Body length. Body for each. Let me replace everything. Also, the length is a parameter that is sent downwards. That doesn't look clean, to be fair. I just want it to be iterable, recursive. I believe it's still doable. This body length. So I believe it's still fine. Body length maybe though, maybe a little. We can keep that as it was before. I don't know. Please, in the worst case, it's less wide. Now, what I want to do now is... Here, do I pass everything? Current X? No, I don't pass those. That's the issue. Can't I just keep everything there then? Yeah, I could... Here. I could still go like this, okay. Am I missing a bunch of close graphs? Oh yeah. Okay, a little better. I still don't know if it works. Let me run it once to see if there's any mistake, any crash. Probably, but you never know. Surprisingly it works. Now, the idea is, when there is case selection, we call yourself. We call your mother. But instead of passing the whole body, we just pass the row that... the content of the row, which is options. We pass the options as the whole body, which is an entire array. Though we should make it inside another array, because it's only a single column. And should be enough, maybe? Again, you call yourself here. Let's see if something crashes. I knew it. Render window not defined. I did not say break at the end, but... Ah, because... yeah, my bad, it's this render window, again. Huh? Okay. It vaguely works. We just need to set up the starting points. 0, 0. Start X, start Y. So here in this case we are gonna pass current X, current Y. So they're gonna start where they should. Here it is! We got the options! Now I believe there should be even more space between. Or maybe too much. But we're on the right track. 35. Okay, very fair. Now... I now realize though, if we make the cursor, we also need to make it compatible with the mouse, which is a little messy. There should be a function by default in RPG Maker, right? Maybe I should stop in a should stop in a little and see if RPG Maker has a function on its own. Because I saw there is a function for the cursor, though I don't think it's as practical as I want it to be. Let's just implement it quickly, okay? So, how do we manage it? So it appears only if can select is activated. Also, we should redraw everything when this thing is moved. Let's see. So we can just we draw this one, and while drawing text, we may want a check to see if yeah, could work. Okay. How do we want it? We want a parameter so we know. Oh, we could even do something in between. I have an idea. We make here another case option, which is the same as text. That's why it doesn't break. You do something here and then it continues here. Though we need to count the ID. Can we get like... what do we have? value, index. That's how it is, right? Index. That's how it works, right? Please don't crash. Seems to work. I remember it worked in C#, so I suppose this one works as well. So, if index is the same as default select, or selected in this case, then it draws the cursor, finally. Am I missing something? Yes, the cursor should start at 0, because the first time you draw it's considered at 0. You draw the cursor with this, set cursor rect. I don't know about the sides, but here, this window, set cursor rect, we have the position and the sides. The position should be the same, right? Current X, current Y, width and height. I suppose we should copy the same thing here. The sides and the height. How do we manage height? You could have element distance Y. Maybe it's a little too wide, but may work. Now last thing, instead of type text, it's type option. So it gets correctly then identified. Here it is! Look at this! Magic! We have option 1 selected. We don't have a way to change the selection, but it's a huge progress. And to be fair, changing may be pretty straightforward. Because now we just need to check for the press of a button. Let's see, we should make... yeah, we should make a check in the loop. I made something in the screenshot here. Here, for example, I made something which we need right here, which is the usual check in the loop. Waldorf check window press update. Here we sneak inside the function that refreshes every frame. And now we check if we press a button. For example, if it's triggered the up button, which I believe it's called up, but don't believe me when I say it. Let's see, we can check the buttons right here. Here it's down, left, up, down, lowercase. And the OK is OK. OK, that's what it says. I don't know about left and right. Maybe it's a little too much. Is it though? Maybe it's not. Wait, maybe it's not. No, for now we're only doing up and down. So if you trigger up, what does it do? It's a Waldorf window process input. And we put... wait. Yes, we put up. Sure. Or we can even go... No, process input is... I believe it's better. We can differentiate them later. Shouldn't we now, though? I think we can go with this. Okay, so we just need to create a function here. We don't need this anymore, right? Yeah. This one is a static, which again runs once for for the whole class. And now we need to check for each of the windows we have if they exist. Or we should just run this for every window that is visible. Oh yeah, we should make it. By default it's visible. Also we may need a way to remove the window, but we can just make for now. Remove. Delete this. Literally. Okay, so. What does it do? It's another for each. I'm starting to love for each. Which is Waldorf window dot Windows container. For every window, it applies something. What does it apply? Can we just call I believe we can make it simpler with a case. Or even better, if we go with ifs, I don't care. If input is up, we call this move cursor. The cursor moves by -1 because it goes above. If it's instead down, we move the cursor by 1 below. To be fair, we should go X and Y, right? So we can go X is 0 and Y is 1, just in case for the future. And the last one, if input is okay, it does something. Confirm. Which we don't define now. Same thing here with down. Okay. We don't put a confirm, otherwise we will crash. Let's see. Move cursor X, Y. How do we go with this? Well, if it's Y, wait, then the default select needs multiple values, X and Y. For now we are only gonna play with Y, to be fair. Maybe it's better. So we have... Wait. How do we know how many options there are? How do we know how many options there are? Huh. We can check when we find a selection. We set this. Options sides. And we can have row options count. For now we can make it 1 or even 0. Okay. So which means that we modify the default select by 1, unless it goes above the option sides. So selected, right? Selected. The selected option increases by 1. Though, if this selected is more or equal than this max or option sides, it will become the option sides. No, wait, no. It will loop. If it's more or equal than the option sides, it means it does the Pac-Man effect. On the opposite, if it's less than 0, then it will be the option size. -1, I believe. Yes. Should be enough, huh? Is it enough? I don't believe it. Usually it crashes every time. Ah, okay, I kinda called it, to be fair. Move cursor, not a function. What do you mean? It's literally here. It's literally here. Ah, this! No, I should be referring to the window, since I'm making a loop inside. I'm moving, but the cursor is not moving. At least it's not crashing. Isn't it a bonus, right? Oh yes, because I'm increasing by 1. I'm not increasing by y. Though it didn't move anyway. Maybe the option side? Let's see. Option sides. And since we are at it, we can also log the selected. And we are gonna see if it works. The window. Now if we press a button, let's keep it behind to avoid suspense from the viewer. Down. Selected 1. Should be right. Down. 2. I see. No, I don't see it actually. Yeah, it goes 2 even if... Oh wait, yes, because... my bad. This one should be logged after. After the apply. After it applies everything. Oh yeah, I know my mistake actually. It's not refreshing. Heh. It's not refreshing, that's the issue. Here's what it should do. Refresh. That's why it doesn't do anything. And look at this! Look at this! Up and down! Up and down! Isn't this magical? Up and down. It doesn't work if I keep down, but okay. Okay, it's... Oh, wait, no, wait! I believe it becomes bolder every time. I forgot to delete everything. I should delete everything and then redraw it again. So in refresh. We should make... the delete everything, which was the clear, if I remember right. This. Window clear. It was clear? I believe it was. It was window contents clear. Okay. And since we're at it, we could make another row to see if up and down works correctly. After option 1 and option 2, we can add option 6, 7. Were you expecting a 3? Okay, doesn't seem to make it bolder. And seems to work properly. Oh yeah, that's magical. The 6, 7, I mean. Why can't we walk on the wall here? Okay, the player is moving, but that's another issue. That's an issue. I can just make the player stop in loop. The last thing then, the selective. The selection. If the player presses OK, we need to confirm it. I believe it's not that hard to make. So. Confirm. What do we do? What should it do? I suppose we should set a variable at this point. I set a variable to a result. Okay, so it calls confirm, and we need to know the current index. I suppose it's easy, right? Also, we should remove the entire window. Wait, never mind. It may be hard. We can do remove, but I believe there's a better way. For now. Game variables, value, set value. We set the number one variable into the selected, which should be 0 and 1. We can increase it by 1, so we can have 0 when it's not selected. And after this, we just remove. Oh, thanks for correcting me, and I was about to do it, I swear. Now, to make it work, though, we also need to catch the OK in the map update. And let's see it now. Okay, doesn't do anything. Does it activate the switch, the variable at least? I believe it does. Ah, the window disappears when you open a new one, right? But if I select option 3, it does apply the value. It just doesn't remove the window. Oh yes, because it it deletes the class, but not the window. I see. How do we make it delete after a while, though? Waiting is the hardest part. Bum, 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 bum. We got the Final Fantasy music. So for removing, I would like the animation to close it, which is cooler, but it requires to wait a little. I believe though, wait, I have an idea. You could have something like this, which is close unused, which will be called every frame. For every window, if window openness should be is equal to 0, then window close. That's called window, right? Yes. So it will automatically close every window that is completely closed. Okay. Which means we need to close the window here in the command, which I believe I already noted. It's oh wait, we also have the command window. If window is closed. Maybe it's more straightforward. We close it. Oh, wait. No, wait. What did I write? If it... Yeah, no, I didn't write correctly. If it's closed, then we remove. That's it. No, we also need to delete it completely. That's right. How do we remove it completely? Hide. No, it's completely closed. Maybe if we wait some frames, like 30 frames, we can no, I tried a bunch of times to have a set interval option in the code, but it always ended badly. Because when you alt-tab from the game, it messes up all the timing. That's bad. We're leaving it at that for now. So we just need to start closing the window. So instead of this move, we can have this window.close, which should be what it does, right? Also, we may want it to stop working. Look at this, it closes. What? But if we press enter twice, maybe the window will keep... Yeah, it keeps on counting, though I don't think it's such an issue, right? Though... we can make a simple check, right? If window is closing, return. Or can we do return in the for each? No. Continue. Let's see now. Oh, your face is not surrounding iteration statement. What do you want from me? We can do the opposite maybe. If the window is not closing, we check this stuff. Sure. Are you more happy now, game? Okay. Oh, can you stop? I suppose we should check the openness. Oh yeah, I didn't make this closing. Damn, it should be something like... I don't know why I thought it was a default function. This window openness is less than 255. I believe openness is an actual parameter. We tried it before. Let's see now. And now it didn't say 3 because we tried to select the next option while it was closing. Cool. It's still missing the sound when you select something, but that's minor, right? We have it here, it's incredible. Look at the window. Again, I would want to select the stuff on the right, but we will do it only if we need it, okay? Maybe it's for the best. Though I would really like to select stuff on the right. Do you think it's that hard? Maybe. We will work on it only if we need it. I kinda, to be fair, also wanted a way for selecting items from the menu. But we have this already, so I believe could be enough. Okay. I believe we did some practice with the windows. We cannot click it though, that's unfortunate. Also it goes away when you open the other thing. But I suppose that's all we can do. Let's see what we will get as a team tomorrow, shall we? Let's see. Let's stop the stream with a raid. Or let's see if we have enough raid power. We might, though we may want. Let's skip for today, shall we? Okay. That's everything for today then. Tomorrow we'll start 1 hour early, because that's when the gem team reveal will happen. And we'll see ya whenever happens.